In this video, we'll be taking a look at two MLB games happening on October 7, 2022, and providing you with team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 4 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these two MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Seattle Mariners versus Toronto Blue Jays. The regular season for Major League Baseball is in the rear-view mirror, and we start the postseason in earnest with a pair of American League teams meeting north of the border. It's the Seattle Mariners on the road as they travel to face the Toronto Blue Jays in Game 1 of their best-of-3 American League Wild Card Series Friday afternoon. Seattle finished the regular season taking 3 of 4 from the Tigers, including a 5-4 triumph at home in the regular season finale Wednesday afternoon. Toronto split a doubleheader on the road with the Orioles Wednesday on the road, losing the opener 5-4 before prevailing in the nightcap 5-1. In the season series this year, the Mariners owned a 5-2 advantage, including a 4-game sweep at home in the most recent series July 7th and July 10th. The Blue Jays played very well down the stretch of the regular season, winning 5 of their last 6 games and 6 of their last 9 road games. They were very hot offensively, scoring at least 5 runs in 5 of their last 6 games. Even though Castillo pitched well for the Dodgers, he was shaky in recent starts, giving up 10 runs in his last 3 starts. He gave up 9 runs in his last 2 road starts and will have a hard time slowing down the Blue Jays, who have hit the ball well against right-handers this season. The Mariners also played well down the stretch, winning 7 of their last 9 games, but they struggled on the road, where they lost 7 of their last 10 games. Even though they are playing very well offensively at the moment, they will have a hard time scoring in this game because they have struggled against right-handers, and Mano has been great on the mound for the Blue Jays, giving up only 5 runs in his last 7 starts. He gave up 4 runs in his last 4 home starts and 2 runs in his lone start against the Mariners, and will keep their offense in check. It was another crazy MLB regular season, and it's already time for the wild card games to begin. This one should be one of the best. The Blue Jays will be at home for all 3 games, if necessary. Previously in the season, traveling to Toronto caused major issues with vaccination restrictions. Thankfully, that's not the case anymore, so we can get both teams at full strength. The Mariners were a significant part of the MLB chaos as they ended the longest playoff drought of any team. Seattle has played Toronto 7 times this season and has actually won the last 5 meetings. However, the M's lost the 2 of the first 3 games, which was the series in Toronto. Mariners starter Luis Castillo also wasn't on the team at the time, and it's surprising he's getting the start over Robbie Ray and Logan Gilbert. Castillo has been hard to trust recently, as he has struggled against some of the league's worst lineups. He allowed 4 runs in 4.2 innings to the A's and 5 runs in 5.1 innings to the Royals in back-to-back starts to finish September. The Mariners also lost both of those games. Meanwhile, Jays ace Alek Manoah has been dialed in. He held teams scoreless in 4 of his 6 starts last month and pitched between 6 and 8 innings in all 6 outings. Most importantly, the Jays won 5 of those 6 games. Manoah hasn't allowed more than 2 runs since mid-August and kept the Mariners to just 2 runs in 7.1 innings when he faced them earlier this season. He will be entering this game with 7 full days of rest and should help lead Toronto to a series-opening victory. So the Toronto Blue Jays money line is our full game side pick. Seattle finished the regular season with the under posting a 78-76-8 mark. The Mariners finished the year 18th in the majors with 4.26 runs per contest, and that climbed slightly to 4.59 runs per game away from T-Mobile Park, which was 9th in the majors. Seattle had an average total of 8.11 runs per contest, and that number climbed to 8.59 runs per contest on the road. Toronto saw the over hit in 84 of their 162 games this season, with 3 pushes in the regular season. The Blue Jays were 4th in runs per game with 4.78 runs per contest, though that number falls slightly to 4.43 runs per game at home this season. That was 13th in the majors when it comes to run production at home. Toronto's average total this season was 8.97 runs per game, and that number slumped down to 8.81 runs per game at home. The Mariners averaged 4.26 runs per game and 4. 4.3 runs per game on the road. They averaged 4.33 runs per game in their last 3 games against the Blue Jays. Even though the Blue Jays are giving up 4.19 runs per game on the road, they gave up 2 runs per game in Manaea's last 3 starts and will keep the Mariners under their total in this game. The Blue Jays are averaging 4.78 runs per game and 4.43 runs per game at home. They averaged 3.4 runs per game in their last 3 games against the Mariners. With Seattle giving up 4 runs per game on the road, they won't score enough runs to push the score past the total. Additionally, 4 of the 6 meetings this season wound up under the number and with inexperience looming large. This game ends up falling short of the total. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. San Diego Padres versus New York Mets. The San Diego Padres and New York Mets both entered the season with aspirations of winning their respective National League divisions, but they will have to put that disappointment to the side when they open their National League Wild Card Series on Friday night. They played 6 games against each other this season, with San Diego winning 4 of those matchups. The San Diego Padres are in the postseason for the second time since the 2007 season. The New York Mets are enjoying their first postseason trip since 2016. The San Diego Padres have scored 14 runs in their last 3 games and 4 or more runs in 5 of their last 10 games. The Padres have won 6 straight games when scoring 4 or more runs. Manny Machado leads the Padres with 172 hits and 102 RBI, while Jake Cronenworth and Jurickson Profar have combined for 281 hits and 146 RBI. Yu Darvish gets the ball, and he was 16-8 with a 3.1 earned run average and 197 strikeouts this season. Darvish is 2-5 with a 5.18 earned run average and 31 strikeouts in his postseason career. The New York Mets have scored 21 runs in their last 3 games and 4 or more runs in 7 of their last 10 games. The Mets have won 12 of their last 14 games when scoring 4 or more runs. Jeff McNeil leads the Mets with 174 hits and 62 RBI, while Francisco Lindor and Pete Alonso have combined for 332 hits and 238 RBI. Max Scherzer gets the ball, and he was 11-5 with a 2.29 earned run average and 174 strikeouts this season. Scherzer is 7-6 with a 3.22 earned run average and 160 strikeouts in his postseason career. The Padres are 5-1 in their last 6 road games and 3-10 in their last 13 playoff games. The Mets are 43-19 in their last 62 home games and 1-5 in their last 6 playoff games. The over is 3-1 in Padres' last 5 overall. The over is 9-2 in Mets' last 11 overall. The Padres are 4-1 in the last 5 meetings. Yu Darvish hasn't had much postseason success through 7 games, and I'm a bit concerned for him here on the road. Yes, none of those games were with the Padres, but Darvish has a history of folding in pressure situations. Max Scherzer is about as solid as they come. He's won a World Series, has a title under his belt, and has a 3.22 earned run average with 1.1 WHIP. At home this season, Scherzer has a 1.67 earned run average and .200 allowed batting average. You can't name 5 pitchers you'd rather have on the mound in the postseason over Scherzer. You also don't get him at prices this cheap very often. I have to side with the Mets to draw first blood, so the New York Mets money line is our full game side pick. This is probably going to be the lowest total of any game this postseason, as totals are rarely lined at 6 by sportsbooks. Scherzer has been excellent this year, but Atlanta showed San Diego that good teams can take advantage of his tendency to throw strikes. Soto has killed New York during his career, and Machado has been on fire for most of the season. New York has gone over the total in 9 of its last 11 games, and I am not going to fade that trend on Friday. New York has the second best batting average in the MLB, so it should do its part in getting this game past the total. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.